Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Beyond the Sum of Our Parts. Today, we're talking about some interesting topics at hand. For those of you, again, faint of heart, stay logged in. Not the faint of heart, tune in even further. And with that being said, apologies if anybody does get offended of anything I may have said or my partner may have said. We do not support any hate crime of any kind to anyone whatsoever. So, with that being said, Jordan, what is our topic for today?
Today we are talking about diving deep into your face. Untangling identity, the complex interplay between sexual orientation and gender identity. Ooh, we're leaning in and getting real uncomfortable today, y'all,
Okay.
as you can
Okay.
see by Mike's facial expression.
Yup. No. Okay.
So, the first question that I have to get the ball rolling, and for whatever reason, the chat stream is not working again today. I don't know what it is. So, if we miss your comments, we apologize in advance. I'm going to try and check in as we're going along manually, but we don't know how that'll come out. Nonetheless, here we are. First question is: do you believe that sexual orientation and gender identity are a choice? Or do
Sexual
you feel like people were
orientation.
born this way?
I'm gonna say like a hard 50-50 if you ask me. I'm gonna say a
All
hard
right.
50-50. And the only reason I say that is because it, it, for it to be a choice, I don't know. Like it's
Wait,
like
wait, wait, wait. Can we pause? Can
mhm.
I explain what the difference?
Yeah, go ahead. Dude, dude. It looks like my partner lost. I don't know what's going on here. We'll be back. Give us a second.
Let's see what's happening. All right. Waiting on Mike to pop back in. And there he is. Gotta love technical difficulties. All right.
Technical difficulties, extreme technical difficulties. Because at one point I'm on it and it's like still telling me I'm live. I'm looking at Facebook and it's like you're gone. You froze and then you were gone. And then I was like,
Yeah. It said I didn't have a connection. And I don't know, man. I don't know. We're here now. We're back. Okay.
are,
So, as I was
are
saying,
we live or are we like
we are still live. Yes.
currently on what?
On YouTube.
Not on the book though,
I don't see it on
because
Facebook.
we were live on Facebook and now we're not.
Um,
Okay, I see that we're on it again. I guess.
is it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, very huge. There's a time delay, but we're good. We're good. We're good. Go ahead. Explain yourself and question you were asking. So,
Okay. So okay, everything is but good. Okay. All right. So
okay.
I was saying, did you want me to explain the difference between sexual orientation and gender identity before you answered your question, or wait,
No,
you
you
want to?
were gonna explain it. There was no asking me about it. You were just gonna explain it. Cause go ahead, explain. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, oh. So, sexual orientation is like basically who you are oriented towards, who you are attracted to. So it's the person that you want to be in a relationship with. So you could be a male and be oriented towards females, or you could be a male and be oriented towards males, or be a male and oriented towards everybody and anybody. That's your sexual orientation, right? Who you want to have sex with or be intimate with. Then your identity is your sense of who you are. So your gender identity is whether you identify as male, female, uh, intersex, whatever all the other terms that there
Catfish.
are, right? It's what you believe you are. So that's the difference between the two. So I don't know if that makes a difference in terms of how you answer the question, but do you believe that
Yeah.
they're a choice?
Well, that's yeah. No. 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 It's a choice. It's not. I'm smelling a lot of privilege in this whole
Okay.
thing. I'm smelling a whole lot of privilege. I identify as a woman, even though I'm a man, or I'm a woman and identify as a man, even though I'm a woman.
So where does privilege come into that? What do you mean?
Because it's like you're wanting people to call you something that you clearly I can see you as a man. So you want me to say you not a man, even though I can see you.
But what if you look like, what if you present like whatever it is you want to be referred to as?
Then that's drag or like cosplay or makeup or something like that, right?
No, like naturally, like, because I've seen people that I look at them and regardless of how they're dressed, their facial features make me say, I'm not quite sure how to refer to you. And it's not, it's just the structure of their face. It could be a woman who has really masculine jaw or masculine shaped, like, so in those cases, like, does that, am I the only person who's experienced that?
No, 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 no. You haven't. You haven't. You
Okay.
haven't. I was thinking about it. I don't like it. I don't like it either. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. But
Right. So like how do you navigate those things? Like if I feel like I present like a man, like I'm a woman, I feel like I present like a man, so then I decide one day that I want people to refer to me as in the masculine, is that cuz I've looked this way my whole life and people have probably asked me about it my whole life.
yeah, I like. My mind says earthworm, where one worm can be male or female. So I'm just like, we not earthworms. So no, no, no. I don't like it. Don't like it. Don't care for it. But hey, once again, it's like I don't know. It's like, all right, cool. You want to dress up as drag? That's fine. All right, cool. You present yourself as a woman, makeup, hair, and all that. Which, by the way, they look nice or whatever. And then you got the ones that are just, I am a man and I'm a woman.
Like
And
the ones that say I'm a man but I felt like I've always felt like a woman. Is that what
yeah,
you mean? Okay. Mhm.
I mean, if you've always felt like a woman, stop watching Lifetime movies. Then I don't know. It's like I don't know. That's kind of like egotistical male talk or whatever. But I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, why does watching Lifetime
I
movies
have
make
no
you a
idea.
woman?
I feel like it's just a
What
lot
does
of
that
feminine.
mean?
I feel like there's a lot of. I feel like there's a lot of feminine energy out there. Start watching lumberjack films or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it's yeah. Ooh, no,
So
no.
you feel like regardless, so whether you are your sexual orientation or your gender identity, you feel like those are both choices. Like nobody's
I want
born.
like listen. I agree. Like if you like men, you like men, but that's a choice. If you like women, you like women. That's a choice. Obviously, if you feel like you want a masculine man, there's masculine women out there, like you said, that got man like features.
Right.
There's women that can grow a beard. Go get you one of them. That's a choice.
So so are you saying, okay, so like let's use you for example. You are attracted to women.
Yeah.
So is it a choice that you're not attracted to men or are you just not attracted to men?
I don't find that. I don't find that. I don't find that area okay for me. Like I mean, like
So
no,
then is that a choice?
I, that's what I like. I like women. I mean,
Right. But so I don't feel like in terms of choice, like I don't
it's
feel
like
like
your type. It's like your type. What's your type?
right.
What's your type? You got a type, and I feel like at the end of the day, we all got like some of us don't like. I like all women, but I don't like women that are super muscular. I don't like chicks with like striations and all that. That's not me. I might as well date a man at that point. Yeah, that's not my cup of tea. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I like the little, soft plushy like women. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I
Plushy.
like that. But I'm not crossing that line. Like I said, at the end of the day, that's a choice. They got options out here for you. Like if you're a man and you feel like, oh, I like men, but I like the feminine men, or I like the masculine men. They got masculine women out there, and they got feminine women out there. They got women that got like men like features. This is an option out here. These are
You're right.
options because chances are those women and those men, they may end up being alone, or whatever it is about them. They're like, nah, I'm not going to the same sex thing because I like what I like. I just need to get somebody that fits that. There's people out there for that. At the end of the day, it's a choice. Because I'm pretty sure you throw a rock in any direction, you're gonna come across a masculine dude, chick, a dude chick, or you're gonna come across a very feminine dude, chick person.
Dude,
So
chick.
it's like it's a choice at that point. Yeah, I can't really rock with you on that. And how you come into this world saying, I feel I'm sorry, you feel what? Cold? Hot? Thirsty? Okay. I feel like I'm a woman, but you're a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, no, 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 you don't. I mean, yeah, no, you don't. Whatever it is you've been eating, stop it. Stop playing yourself. No, you don't. You don't feel like a woman. If you are, not to sound archaic or whatever, give birth. Go through a menstrual cycle. Then tell me how that feels. You know what I'm just saying? You're out here, I feel no one gives about how you feel. Reality is reality. Listen, if you feel depressed, that's important. If you feel heartbroken, that's important. I feel I'm a man, but I'm really a woman on the inside, but on the outside, everything says I'm a man. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Well, and I guess my question with it is like, what does feeling like a woman feel like? Because I'm a woman. Um, pretty sure I'm a woman. And I there's not one feeling that I would associate with being a woman. Like I didn't wake up this morning and was like, "Oh, I feel like a woman." Like I can feel feminine and I can feel beautiful and I can feel attractive, but I guess my question with it is what does feeling like a woman or a man feel like? Like I feel like there's not a definitive thing that says, "Oh, you have this feeling, you must be a woman."
I agree. I agree. That's when you talk to people that are like that. Like I can't say I feel like I'm a sumo wrestler. I've never sumo.
What
Let
does
me go
that feel
talk.
like?
I
Right.
don't know. Let me go ask some sumo wrestlers. What does it feel like? Let me go listen. Let me go ask a cop how it feels like to be a cop. Let me ask a
Right.
firefighter how it feels like to be a firefighter. For you to come into this place talking about I feel like I'm a woman without ever coming across or even having that open dialogue, and if you have, great. And
But
I
I
would
mean, even
love
if
to
you
know what
have
that
the
means.
dialogue, like what still it doesn't
What
like
the, like
you can
everybody's experience is different. I get it. Everybody's experience is different. And
right.
so, but I'm just like, uh, yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. It doesn't like. It's like you're force feeding people to basically co-sign your feelings.
Mm,
When did the world ever care about anybody's feelings? We have history that proves they never cared about anybody's feelings. Granted, we are evolving and being
we
more
are.
respectful to a certain degree. However, an apple comes in two colors, red and green.
Well, there's yellow apples too, but okay.
There you go. There you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go. There's an occasion we get the yellow ones when you prick them too soon or whatever. But yeah, ain't nobody trying to go for all of that. That right there is like, that malarkey doesn't make any sense. It's just like, well, why do you feel like I don't even care? You feel that way? That's fine. Keep that to yourself. And I don't mean to like, okay, and I'm all about being your authentic self. And I do apologize for that. I'm all about being your authentic self. It's just like, oh my God.
Struggling with this one.
It's the struggle and it's so annoying. Like, you're making this an issue. All right, cool. You feel that way. You want some chicken? Because I feel like I want to eat some chicken. Does that make me a chicken?
So like for me, I believe that I believe in divine order, that there is balance, masculine and feminine, right? Um, but with that, there is no like male, female, male, male, female, female. There isn't like there has to be this thing in my world, right? I believe that people are born with preferences, whether that's they prefer to be attracted to women, they prefer to be attracted to men, they prefer to be attracted to people based on their traits and qualities, regardless of what their sexual whatever is. I feel like that is something that most people are born with. But then I also feel like it's learned based on life experiences, whether those life experiences are positive and negative. So there are a lot of people who, for example, may have experienced sexual trauma, and that may, okay, I had this bad experience with this man, and so now I don't want to have any more experiences with men. So the only other option is women because men remind me of this bad experience or whatever. So I feel like, yes, there are people who are born with those preferences, but I feel like it also could be a result of life experiences. And I think we need to be open to all of those things. But even like you said, whatever somebody's sexual orientation or gender identity is, like I feel like for me personally, somebody else's decision does not impact my life. So, whatever you do in your pants behind your closed doors, that's yours to do with it however you like. Um, and in terms of like the things that do impact me, like calling people like sir and ma'am and Mr. or Mrs. or he, she, like those types of things. Um, Now, with where we are in society, for me, I've gotten to this place where I stopped trying to refer to people in terms of gender altogether. So, like, if I'm referring to somebody, I will say their name. I will say, Mike is going to the store. I'm not sure what Mike wants. And just avoiding unless I know beyond the shadow of a doubt what that person, what their situation is, I just avoid it altogether because it's become such a sensitive topic. Like, I want to be called they, them. I want to be called he, her, she, whatever things that we come up with. And I just don't have the mental capacity to try and figure it out for other people. And
And
I don't feel like I should have to ask with every interaction, like, what would you prefer for me to call you?
yeah,
So
I'm
I
not doing
just
it.
call people by their names and
I'm not
just,
doing. I'm not doing that either. Listen, that is once again a sense of entitlement. It's like you want to be preferred to be called a blank subject or title or whatever. Listen, if you're a woman, you're a woman. You look like a woman, you're a woman. If you're a man, you look like a man. Let me call a man. Like, I'm sorry, this is how we've been doing this for the longest. To try and reinvent the wheel now at this juncture in our lives is like really stupid.
yeah.
It's really stupid because it's like, all right, cool. For instance, I had a situation where I was working and I saw somebody come in. I was like, oh my God, this is a very beautiful woman. However, their driver's license didn't say that. Now, at that point, I'm like, hello, miss. But the driver's license said, whatever, whatever, male. I was like, oh, well, what you look like to me right now, that's what I'm going to address you as.
Right.
That's what you look like.
But
You
even
feel
still,
me?
people get offended. Like I had when I was in the military, I had a captain that she had long hair and she was, I assume, heterosexual. I don't know what she was. I really didn't care. But her face apparently was very masculine because people would always call her sir, and she would get
Mm-hmm.
so she had, like I said, she had long hair, and but people would always be like, "Hello, sir, sir, sir." And she would get so upset. But so you can't necessarily judge people by the way they look because there are some people that don't look stereotypically male or stereotypically female. Like my
You're right.
son, I feel like he looks like my son, but people always ask me about my daughter. He doesn't. He used to have long hair. I can understand that. He has short hair now, and people still think that he looks like a girl for whatever reason. So, in those situations, you can't go based on how people look because there is no stereotypical. There are some women that have some strong jaw lines. There are some women that have some straight up mustaches
Listen,
and beards. And
listen.
so,
Yeah, listen, I understand all of that. I'm sorry. Listen, you were dealt with the crappy hand coming in the birth. You look like a man, but you're a woman. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to navigate and deal with that. Correct people as you go along. That's fine. That's what you're gonna have to do. Ain't nothing. We're not walking on eggshells here, bro. You got a face like a man, but your body says a woman. Unfortunately, when I look at you and if I say sir, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a woman. Well, my apologies. You know what I mean? It's okay. I was in a car one day with some. I was in a car and I was getting a COVID test, and I had my Scully on, and I had my mask on, but I had my ears pierced, and they were like, "Excuse me, ma'am." I said, "Oh, I couldn't tell because you got the earrings on." But
but
remember,
that's a
back in the
perfect
day,
example.
that's a perfect example. I was just like, "You want to try that again?" All right, cool. Or I'll be on the phone, or like at work, and I'm on the phone, and it's just like, "Hello, ma'am." I'm like, "Excuse me." Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah, yeah. All right, let moving forward. Let's go, bro. You just gotta check them as you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Every now and again, people make mistakes. However, if you're tired of the continuation of mistakes. I'm sorry. That's the life you. That's the hand you was dealt with. Make something
But
into it.
you also have to recognize that there are some people who genuinely made a mistake, but then there are also people who do it intentionally. And so if I'm somebody who's in that in between space where you can't tell whether I'm male or female, and I've had people maliciously do this to me. Yeah, okay, I may be a little more sensitive. This may be a triggering point for me. And so that's the thing that people have to understand. Like everybody has their trauma and we don't know how our words impact other people. It may seem like, oh, I just made a mistake. It's not that big of a deal. But to them, this has been something that they've constantly heard over and over again, or they've been made fun of for, or whatever. And so we have to be mindful that everybody is having a different life experience.
And that is so true. We do have to be mindful for that. And they also have to be very mindful that not everybody's out here to try to attack
You're
you.
right.
Just
You're
look,
right.
you just look something that we've been told that is a man or a woman for a very long time.
Right.
Unfortunately, bless your heart, baby. I do apologize for you looking like a man while you is a woman, and bless your heart. However,
Right.
there's nothing wrong with just clarifying. And I'm sorry, you was born with some masculine features. That YX chromosome hit a little extra for you than Mo. You just run with it, man. Just correct people. I know. Shoot, have to listen. I've been it's like people that are big. We know they big. All right, cool. Get over it. On to the next one. You know what I mean? It's like all right, cool. Yay, hey, you don't fit this ride. All right, cool. All right, I can't get on the ride. It's my right to get on this. No, you cannot get
But
on this
that's where
ride.
but that's where we are, because there are people who will be like, it is my right. I don't care if this is meant for people of this size and I'm not this size, and that's not their fault, but I'm going to get up here and I'm going to show my whole behind
Hmm.
because my feelings are hurt.
Yeah, that's a whole. Listen, I'm sorry. Go get you some hot cocoa and with some marshmallows in that, and just
No.
enjoy yourself. If you like hot cocoa, get you that. If you want some chocolate milk or yoo-hoo or something, you get you something to make you feel good after that. But listen, we're all about it. It's a strong sense of entitlement. I understand. We want to basically express your feelings. We want you to express
Yeah.
yourself. We want you to be open and communicative about how you feel. It's just very exhausting.
Yeah.
It is very exhausting. It's like, man, there's a lot going on in the world. And I'm really not trying to fight a battle about me wanting to be a chick, even though I'm a man. I'm like, seriously, I don't really care. Whatever you want to do in your privacy of your own, do it in privacy in your own. If you want to go ahead and broadcast it to the world, I don't know why.
But
You
see,
feel like,
so then that goes back to like, okay, and this is a great point. You're talking about broadcasting it to the world. So like heterosexual couples, we were out somewhere the other day and there was this couple just full on tongue in each other's mouth. Oh, we were at a spring festival. And this heterosexual couple was a man and a woman standing outside. tongue in mouth, groping, all the gropings, just doing all the stuffs. In we're at a fair
Mhm.
again. I'm at a playground, a public playground, with my children, and not my, I only have one child, but my friend was there with her child, whatever. And the people next to us, a male and female, this man was literally like fingering this woman's butthole in the public. Like we're just standing at a pond and he's butt facing out to the world, just all in all the butt play, all the butt play. And I was just like, okay, so if they can do that, why can't same sex couples
Hey, listen, pause. Wait a minute, time out.
just all? I wish I could have videoed just
Wait,
all
yeah,
the butt play.
I'm just trying to say, like, what was the point of being all in the butthole? Like, did he sniff
I
it
don't.
afterwards? 'Cause I got a question. Like,
No,
I
he
just want to know.
didn't. They
He
were
was
just
just,
standing together looking
he
at the
was just like,
pond, and he was like caressing the crease of her butt and like digging underneath it and then going down the crack and digging into, like, it was so weird. And my child is at face level of this, just, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's just look at the ducks over here, not the ducks over there.
there's
Um, but if
so many
that is
questions.
this,
I would like to know what he did afterwards. That is just so wow. So many questions for me in that area. I want to know. I want to know. I want to
so
know. I
why
want to know
can't
so
same
much.
sex couples kiss in public and
Who said
hold
they can't?
hand and
Who said they can't?
do weird butt groping? Like, because people always say what you do in your behind closed doors, but that's not behind closed doors. So
Listen. I agree. Is it disgusting when I see it? To me, that's how I feel. Yeah, it is. And it's just like, ugh. But hey, I'm not. Listen, it's like I don't like spiders, but when I see them, just like, ugh. That's what that does for me. Ugh. I let be.
mm.
Ugh. I don't like it. This way they go with that same couple stuff. They're just like, ugh. Whatever. I just don't. I just move on. I don't pay attention to it. I mean, I ignore it. I see it. I'm just like, ew, gross. In my mind. But you know, it is like I said. I got friends that are like on the spectrum of both sides of the category.
Spectrum.
Yeah, on both sides of the category, male and
Uh-huh.
female. Like,
Uh-huh.
you know, like I said, they do it. I'm just like, I won't say nothing. I'll make a big deal about it. Just be like, not my cup of tea. He's just like, okay, cool. So we doing this. All right, cool. All right. This is whatever. It's like, yeah, but ain't nobody saying they can't do that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like the whole thing is like they want to be overly seen and heard and be made an issue and a topic. And I'm like, why are we going so hard to make this a topic of discussion and make this a big thing when it's just people doing what people want to do? Ain't nobody stopping you from that. If you got family members that are against it, then distance yourself from your family. Oh well, I shouldn't have to do that, bro. It sounds like you want your cake and eat it too, pimp. Last time I checked, the world ain't having it like that for us though. Something gotta give.
Well, yeah, because just like you're allowed to have your views and your opinions and your feelings and all those things, so are everybody else. You can't force everybody to agree with what you
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
and
So
prefer.
it's like, 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 like they have this thing of, oh, it's coming out year or day or whatever. I'm like, ain't nobody care about all that crap. You come out whenever you feel like it. Oh, it's just hard because it was like I felt alone. Okay, we all felt alone at some point in our life.
Facial expressions.
Like, just get over it, man. It's like, all right, coming up, making it a big parade party. I'm like, bro, it's like, I don't, it's like, bro, what? It's like they get a holiday, and it's like, why don't we get a straight day? I'm like, yeah, for paying bills and being an adult and being a responsible parent.
But I guess, but that also could be similarly equated to like Black History Month. Why do we have a whole month for Black History Month when there's not a White History Month? And it's the same parallel,
That's completely different.
is it?
Yep.
We have a Black History Month because Black people aren't recognized on the 24/7 day to day. We have
Hmm.
a Gay Pride, whatever,
That
because
right there, that is completely different. I don't
they're
even know what
not recognized on a day to day.
hold on, my question is my question is this: what is it that we're recognizing? What is the contribution? What is it that we're recognizing? They're just people that just like
They are people.
they're just people that like the same thing. They like what they look like. They, They're men that like men. They're women that like women. What's the whole point? I don't get it. A
But
whole
I'm just playing devil's advocate because
yeah,
people
yeah,
could
I
say
get
the
it.
same thing about Black History Month, Pacific
Nah, nah,
Islander
nah,
Month,
but
and all those other things
we
because
could
they're
dig, we
just
could, no, but we could dig
people.
deep. No, but we
Our
could dig.
colors shouldn't matter. We're
No,
all
we
just
could. No,
people and we should all
It's
be
not. No,
recognized
once
every
again.
day.
No, once again. Black History Month is on a different scale. We can dig deeper into that, and we know
Mhm.
why. There was a lot of
Mhm.
things done. There was a lot of things unsaid. There was a lot of things not taught. There's a difference for that. That's the Black History Month is completely different. It's bringing recognition to things that were basically lied to us for decades and eons, from inventions to policy, procedures, things. Country was pretty much built off the back of us. So, you know what I'm saying? There's that. However, you go to the other side of the spectrum and it's just like, why?
I'm just telling you
You
that's
know,
what people could say.
and,
I
once again,
identify with this group of people
that's
who feel like
that's a
we've been
whole.
lied about and our
And that's like,
contributions haven't
I'm like,
been.
contributions of like, okay, so I've seen them do nothing but coattail on everything black people has ever done, and then they use that to further their gay lesbian agenda. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to find out what you do collectively for everybody. Everybody. They don't. They don't. You can look it up. They don't. Black History Month paves the way for a lot of people that suffered, and the things that we contribute to this country, we pave the way for Asian Americans, Hispanics. We tried to do it. We tried to get the country to undo all the wrong that's done to everybody across the board. While they're bringing awareness to, you know, they'll go ahead and go out their way and try to make amends to everyone else but us. There's that. When they do the whole gay thing, it's like, bro, who are you doing this for? Just for you people that like to, you know, like to be in the same group and like women and like men and in the same, like you like to be with the same sex. All right, cool. That's not fixing anything. That's not improving anything for anybody. That's just a preference of what you want to do. You could wake up today and be like, oh, I don't want to be with women anymore. I don't want to be with men anymore. Then it's like, all right, we did all of this for you. What have you done for every other culture, every other group on this planet? Nothing. But have some pretty good parties. I'll say that. Make some pretty good shows. Drag shows are pretty awesome. But like, you know what I'm saying? They're very entertaining. The artwork and everything else is fine. But it's like, what is the real contribution? What is the real?
Mm,
Oh, they deserve to be married to each other, bruh. I at one point in time we couldn't even be married to our own skin. We couldn't even be married to the people that we look like, and that was Black history. We couldn't even be married to people of a different color in this country. That's Black history. That is taught. Gay people wanting to be married to gay people, and it's not gay people wanting to be married to different color of people or different groups of people. No, it's just I feel like I should be okay to go publicize to the world, have benefits, which again, I don't know why the country feels like they need to dictate whether you get benefits or not because you choose to be with the same sex. That's
agree.
stupid. That's stupid. But it doesn't serve anybody but their own personal agenda, their own group,
Mm,
their own little house, their own little group. Doesn't it does They haven't done anything to pretty much help out anyone else. No. Oh, because it's hard to come out to the world. I'm like, bro, the world is hard, period. What are you saying?
mm.
Because you live in a country where you're privileged to be this, and other countries, I'm not going to say other countries, they don't allow it. They don't okay. They're not
Yeah,
okay with it.
they'll kill you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's right? No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's okay at all. But at the same point in time, you're force feeding an issue that you're making everything all about you when you're not really doing anything else. Your whole group and organization. It's a group and an organization. That's literally what it is. Doesn't benefit no one else. It doesn't
And it
support
doesn't
anything else.
advance society.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't do anything to advance anybody. All it does is makes you feel like, oh well, he's the first gay vice president, senator. I'm like, okay, and he does what for the people?
Right.
Nothing. When a person of color does that, that's something that we were told we could never be.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? That was something that was told that you could never be. They pretty much found any way possible to prevent us from doing that. When you're gay and you want to go openly public about it, that's a choice. I
Yeah,
can't.
but a lot of
I
people
can't
choose
push
not to do it because there's a lot of backlash for it. Just like I think Ellen DeGeneres, when she came out, there was a lot of backlash about her TV show at the time because people didn't want to have an openly gay woman on a TV show.
Yeah,
So in all
yeah.
other platforms, like when people come out as whatever, a lot of times there is a lot of backlash
And
to
you know what's
it.
great, and you know what's great about that? Well, no, it's great you brought that up. That woman was treated like blockbuster. She was treated like royalty when before she came out, and even after she came out, did nothing for anybody else of people of color. She has a choice to keep her sexual preferences and identity a secret. We can't bleach our skin, and even when we do, we still get treated like crap for solely for looking the way that we look. So
I
there's
agree
like,
with that.
so it's
But I
like.
feel like nobody should have to keep their anything a secret. Like,
And you're right. Nobody should have to. So how is it that you basically want to focus on your one thing because you're gay and you want to be out? You want to be free to love who you love when there's tons of people who are not gay, who are just born with a different complexion, are
right,
not free to be
love,
themselves.
right.
It's privileged. That's all that is. This whole thing is just a privileged group. That's all that is. And people that don't like it, they can pound sand and go somewhere else. But yeah, it's like it's just a giant privileged group. They're privileged to everything else. They want everything that everybody else got, and they want to go against science and all of that. I'm just like, bro, you're not even trying to. You're not even trying to just say, okay, I made this choice. Now I got to deal with the sacrifice of making this choice.
Mm,
I'm a man and I want a kid. Let me get a surrogate woman to carry my kid. No, bro, you pick out of the adoption. You pick out of the adoption house. Like, what's wrong? There's nothing. No one's saying you can't have a kid, but if you want one, hey, obviously your partner can't produce one for you, so that's out of the option. Oh no, but I want that experience, bro. Like consequences, choices. For every choice, there's a consequence. They're trying to basically say, I'm still making these choices. Damn the consequences. I don't deserve any consequences because I'm a human being in this country and I can do and get whatever the heck I want. Bruh, that's just extremely sense of entitlement behavior.
mm,
That's how I look at it. It's like ain't nobody saying you can't have a kid. Ain't nobody saying you can't. Ain't nobody saying you shouldn't adopt. Adopt. There's tons of people that need families out there. There's tons of people that need to be loved. If that's your sole purpose to love a child, then love a child. Oh, but I want the experience, bro. You forfeit
right,
the right to have the experience. You forfeit
right.
the right to have the experience when you make that choice. So, like, have some sense of humility. Have some sense of respect. Have some sense of pride. You forfeited your right.
Well, and I think part of it is, feeling like these services are available, IVF, surrogacy, these services are available. So why shouldn't I, as someone in a same sex relationship, be able to use them just like somebody who can't conceive for whatever other reasons?
Yeah. You see how that works? They are available for people who can't conceive with their partner. Of
Well,
the
same sex
opposite,
couples
no, no,
have partners.
but for the opposite sex though, it's like if you listen, if a man can get pregnant by another man, gangbusters, go ahead, rock that. A female can get pregnant by another female, go ahead, rock that. You can't. You need one person to be the third wheel in your whole setup. That's extreme privilege right there. That's an
Right.
extreme privilege right there. You
Well, I think surrogacy and IVF in general are extreme privilege. So,
Exactly, and that's what it is. There's women that do surrogacy because they don't want to mess up their own body, so they'll let somebody
right,
do it. And you know
right.
what I'm saying? To each his own. To each his own, like that. And the IVF is for people who can't really get it going because the male partner is
For
unable
tons of
to.
reasons. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
bunch of different things. But at the same point in time, like I said, those are also forms. Those are also formalities or privileges. However, it's still a choice and it's still privileged behavior. It's still privileged mentality. Because if you really wanted a kid, it's very simple. Sleep with a chick. Be with a guy. But no, all right, cool, fine. But you want a kid. We got listen, bro, you got a map, you can pick one from any country you want. America, South, Haiti, Africa, China, Japan, India. You can pick one from every country you want. Consequences, bro. Consequences. Oh no, that's I just don't want to. There we go. I don't want, bruh. It's a choice. You want
Mm,
what you want and what you want and what you need are two different things. It don't make sense for you to constantly put out, oh, I want to do IVF, but me and my partner. I'm like, I see it. I'm just like, there's tons of kids out there that need love. You want a kid, you
mm.
can't do it the right way. You can't do it the old fashioned way because you with this person.
The natural way,
So
yeah. Mm,
so you want to love a child, go love a child. But I want to feel what it feels like to carry one. Consequences. You forfeited that right when you made that choice.
mm,
Own up to that. Be an adult about your
hmm.
decision making.
That's a very interesting perspective.
Yeah, ain't nobody saying you can't do it. Ain't nobody saying you can't be a parent. But
Right.
understand, you forfeited that right when you chose, literally chose, to be with another man, or you chose to be with another woman. Now, go get you a child that needs loving and care from a foreign country, or even from this country. Go help somebody. Go save somebody that needs to be saved. Rather than, oh, let's produce a whole new life off of tubes and science and everything else. I'm like, bro, great. That's gangbusters. That's still a choice, bro. And you basically want your cake and eat it too. You want all the benefits with no sacrifice. How that's going to play out for you?
Mm,
Where's the cause and effect? Where's the
right.
where's the sense of order? There is no order. This is a disruption of order.
Hmm,
We all like order. Like when you order, like we all like to be neat. We all like things like whether we're messy people or not, we like order and structure.
right.
You're disrupting the entire structure and order because of a privileged mentality. That's all that is. It's just a giant privileged mentality. You have every right to love who you want to love. You have every right to be with whoever you want to be with. But understand, those things come with consequences. If I choose to be in a relationship with somebody and my family don't like them, but I want to be with them, that's a choice. I got two options:
Right.
say goodbye to the girl and be with my family, or say goodbye to my family and be with the girl. I can't be like, oh, I'm finna have my girl and my family gonna like her or not, or else, nah, it ain't gonna happen. That's not how it works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I'm gonna be with this girl, whether she wants kids or not. I'm gonna make her have kids. No, bro, you got with somebody who don't want
Right.
kids.
Right.
Consequences. Consequences. You want a kid? Go be a volunteer somewhere. Go be somebody's big brother. You know what I mean? You can't be out
Yeah.
here. Oh, I'm with her, but then let me go cheat on her and get somebody else pregnant, and then bring a baby home and be like, hey, we got a kid. No,
Surprise. Yeah.
yeah, consequences, man, consequences. Yo, it's like we're for the country being what it is, man. It's like a delusional. It's
Mm,
like an overwhelmingly slap in the face of privilege all
mm.
around. It's like,
It's America. We do have a lot of privilege.
yeah, bro. It's like the privilege is just the privilege and the sense of entitlement is running rampant. And
Mm,
it's like nobody, no, everyone forgets about consequences and sacrifice. It's like
yeah.
no, it's still relevant. It's still present. It's still present, but everyone wants to avoid it. Everyone wants to escape it. Everyone wants to basically beat the curb. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Like I said, I don't agree with it. I'm not okay with it. But hey, you do what you do. It ain't something that I think that, oh, it can't be fixed in the future. But
Mm,
as of right now, it's like if a man wants to have a baby with another man, go and adopt a child that just got dumped in the trash or something. There
lots
that
of
that
those,
happens a lot.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
So why? Oh, we want the actual experience. What experience? You ain't carrying it. So what experiences you talking about? Breastfeeding? Late nights? Is that what you want? Bro, there's tons of kids out there that'll keep you up at night. Oh, principle. Give them some cookies. Give them some cookies and chocolates or something. They'll keep you up at night. There you go. Late nights.
Yeah.
Same thing for the women that want to be like, oh, I just want to be an actual mother and go through it. Bro, you forfeited that, man.
Hmm.
Take pride in that forfeit. Yeah, that's what I gotta say on that. So,
I hear you. For me, like, I agree, in a sense. Like, Love who you love. That's just it. Whoever that is, whatever that looks like, do it, right? But just because you like to wear dresses or are attracted to males or prefer to express yourself in the feminine or cut off your genitalia, that doesn't make you a female. Um, just because you present yourself as masculine and are attracted to me females and get your private parts enlarged and chop off your breast, that doesn't make you a male. Like, I'm just being honest. um I think what needs to happen though is that we need to move away from trying to categorize people and just be comfortable in our own skin with whatever preferences we have. If I want to wear baggy pants and have a mustache and like women, cool. Why do I need to call myself a man? Why can't I just be a woman that wears baggy pants and likes women? Or why can't I just be a person who wears baggy pants and like why does everything have to be put into boxes? And I think if we stepped away from that, stopped pushing gender roles and gender norms
We're not,
on
we're,
children.
no, we're not pushing gender roles and gender norms. We're just pushing thousands of years of things that were just, it's just like that. It's
But
like,
that's not true. Because when you think about, okay, like for example, my son, when we were in Kenya, we got a manicure, pedicure, he wanted to paint his nails. And the women in the nail salon were like, "Oh my, you want to paint your nails?" I was like, "Ah." And then men were like, "Oh, you painted your nails?" Like that's a gender norm, right? Because people believe that males are not supposed to have painted nails. But did you know that nail polish was traditionally worn by male warriors? Heels and dresses were also traditionally worn by men. But now they've become this identity for feminine, but that's not what they were intended for. And so that's what I say when I'm talking about pushing gender roles or norms, because it is a thing. When you go into a store, there is a specific mark, a line between little boys' clothes and little girls' clothes.
mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
Why aren't there any boys' clothes that are pink? Do you know how hard it is to find boys' clothes that are pink? Because gender norms tell us that boys can't wear pink, right?
Yup.
But I've seen plenty of men wearing pink and they weren't feminine.
It's actually called salmon.
Whatever, right? But that
Mhm.
goes back to gender roles and gender norms. We push them on children. Barbies are for girls, GI Joes are for boys and trucks or whatever, and pink is for girls and blue is for boys and whatever, but there are no male or female specific toys in reality or clothes or colors. They just are. If my son wants to play with Barbies, okay, whatever. It's a doll. Just like GI Joe is a doll. It's the same thing. Males should learn how to cook, just like females should. Males should learn how to care for themselves, just like it's expected that females should. Females should be allowed to play rough and get dirty, just like males are allowed to. But the reality is that we're not teaching those things to children. We're teaching girls that they have to be pretty in their dresses and they can't run and play or get dirty because they have to be all pristine. And boys are allowed to run wild and do whatever they want. And then we say, boys will be boys. Those are gender norms, gender roles, and expectations. It's not based
Hmm.
on years of science.
You're right. You're right.
And so, to that, I say, if we would just stop putting people in boxes, we wouldn't have all this craziness, people chopping off their body parts and doing all that stuff, trying to fit into this box that wasn't even supposed to be a box in the first place. Like, children are born knowing authentically who they are. It's us adults that mess that stuff up. It's us adults that make things complicated with all the labels and expectations and all the stuff that we put on children. If my son wants to play with a Barbie, there's nothing wrong with it until somebody says, "Oh, why is he playing with Barbies? Those are for girls."
Yeah, it's that trauma though. It's that trauma though. It's that trauma.
So for
It's
me,
that
it's like,
generational trauma though. It's that generational
right.
trauma.
But it, goes back to what I said before. Like, what is looking like a boy? What does it mean to look like a boy? What does it mean to look like a girl? What does it mean to feel like a boy or feel like a girl? Who made that up? When babies are born, when they come out and you see a baby in the nursing thingy, you can't tell whether it's a boy or girl other than the pink or blue blanket they put on it.
That is true.
So what does it mean? Those are things that we have constructed based on society, based on our norms and expectations. Just let people be people, beautiful and diverse and weird and unique and all the things that we are. Why do we always have to label everything? I just don't get it. And in terms of same sex fertilization, I'm all for all natural. That's just me in all aspects of my life. And I know people will say, well, that's not fair for non traditional couples or couples who can't conceive.
That look, bro. At the end of the day, them. Hey, listen.
Life
That's
isn't
the hand.
fair.
Yeah, thank you. That's the hand you got dealt with. What you want me to do about that? That's a choice, pimp. If you can't have a baby with this man, that means y'all not compatible. The universe just told y'all not compatible, but yet you trying to fight it and still make a baby. The science between y'all ain't working.
Right.
But watch, you separate, you get with somebody else, boom, you gonna get
And
pregnant.
it's
He
not
gonna get
even
somebody
just
pregnant.
that. Like, everyone wasn't created equally. And I know people like to think that we are created equally, but we're not. Everyone's not equal. That's just reality. That's why our
Facts, because
world
I
is so
really need to
diverse.
be 6 foot.
Right. We're not all equal. But recognizing that people who can't conceive naturally, for most people, it wasn't because they were born that way. It's because of usually a lifestyle choice. There are a percentage of people who were born and they can't conceive because of something down there, biologically. But for
Mhm,
most
mhm,
people
mhm.
who can't conceive, it's because of some kind of choice, whether that's lifestyle in terms of what you eat, lifestyle in terms of who you choose to sleep with, lifestyle in terms of what kind of soaps you using, what kind of whatever. Like, those are all choices, and there are natural options that would allow you to naturally have a child. Um, and then, like you said, adoption. There are tons of children out there who are in desperate need of homes. Um, but ultimately, what it comes down to for me, again, going back to love who you love, it's your body, it's your choice. But whatever you choose, like you said, you have to be willing to live with whatever those consequences are. Yes, there are all of these things that are available to us, like IVF and surrogacy. One of the things that I consider is like in the long run, like, what is the health potential for IVF fertilization? What is the potential mental strain of going through IVF rounds and going through surrogacy and going through all of that stuff? Like, how is this? What are the pros and cons to all these things that we're artificially doing to our bodies and our children for the sake of choice? Like, that's really what it comes down to for me. How you choose to bring a child into the world is your choice at the end of the day. Um, but with that, as long as you can provide a safe and nurturing home, do whatever you want to do.
I agree.
That's where I am with all of this.
I
Stop putting
agree.
people in boxes. Just be yourself. Love yourself. All the
Whatever that
things.
may be.
Whatever, yeah, whatever that may be. If yourself has a penis and you don't like the penis, doesn't mean chop it off.
It really doesn't mean chop it off. Maybe tuck it back or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, whatever. But
Uncomfortable.
it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that's just like different for a lot of people. I'm just like not it for it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. And anything else we want to touch bases on, or did we already cover a lot of things?
Okay, we're at 55 right now, but we started late, so there was a bunch of technical stuff. So I feel like I can ask one more question.
Yeah.
Um and we'll wade into that. So okay, so then the next question is, how do you feel about children being allowed to transition genders?
Nope.
Not even like there's a minimum
Nope.
age for it.
Nope. 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 That should be the same concept of purchasing cigarettes and alcohol. That's
I
it.
feel that. You have
That's
to be an
it.
adult, yeah.
That's
And
it.
it scares me because
Because
nowadays
no, because
there.
like the thing I don't. I'm sorry to cut you off on it.
No, no, go ahead.
The thing that gets me about it. Okay, cool. So a kid wants to basically say he wants to be a girl at 12, right?
Right,
But then there's another kid that's like, I want a full chest tattoo.
right. They're not able to make that decision because they're not mentally capable, but you can decide to chop off your permanent body parts.
You feel
Or,
me? I'm like, listen, when
yeah,
you
I
grown,
get that.
and you can vote and you can pay your own bills, go ahead and make that decision. Go ahead and rock that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm not for it, but go ahead and rock that. You know what I'm saying? Do you. Do what makes you happy when you 21. At that point,
Right.
bro, oh, eight. Like, listen, if you naturalize yourself and you like you're a grown adult, you done separated yourself from your parents at 16 or 17 or whatever, and you're a full adult, you taking care of yourself. Hey, if you can afford it, do what you want to do. But if, yeah, nah, I'm not with all that. Dog. You gotta like hold off. Ain't nothing wrong with holding off. There's nothing wrong
Right.
with holding off.
When a lot of people who argue for allowing you to transition, they always talk about the mental health aspect of it, like, oh well, this might save them from, offing themselves down the line. But um I feel like if this is a mental if they feel like want to harm themselves because of this, and this is a mental health thing that needs mental health attention, not medical intervention, like not chopping off body parts
So let me
for
get this
their
straight. I'm
mental
gonna
health.
kill myself because I don't have $1 million.
Right.
Put that in my account right now. Then what's up? What's up? I'm saying no because it's like real because it's like doesn't make any sense for any one of us, and we have technical difficulties. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Should I log out, log in? I don't know. We're going somewhere, and there you go.
All right. Just connected again.
Yeah, it's okay.
Gotta love
So,
that German
yeah, but
internet.
it was like, but it was like, yo, like seriously, because I'm gonna hurt myself now if I don't get this sex change. Well, I'm gonna hurt myself if I don't get $1 million in a house.
Let's see. Um and we are, gosh, technical difficulties.
Logged in here.
Nope. Okay, so we're gonna give Mike a second to come back. There we go. Nope, it still says up. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
I had to like I was like seeing you and everything while I'm still in this live and when I'm still in this whole stream thing and it's like okay I can hear you and you're like yo and then you text me it's like yo you're gone I'm like but I can see you can you hear me.
Yeah, it's just a black screen on my end. I'm not sure why it does that, but we're back and
Yeah.
here we bees.
No, but yeah, like you said, life isn't fair, and I feel like we're making extreme accommodations for, oh, they're gonna hurt themselves if they don't get what they want. That's all I hear. You're gonna hurt yourself if you don't get what you want, and that's a transition. Ain't nobody saying you can't get it when you move out your parents' house. Ain't nobody saying you can't get it when you could pay for it yourself. But
Right. You're
you
just saying, wait, yeah.
you're like, oh, I want it now. I'm trying to find out, when did we come to the whole point of giving the kids what they want now instead of having them earn that or work towards that,
Yeah.
or at least sit back and think about if they really need it. Because if you want to make that decision today and then you come back 20 years later talking about, oh, I wish I never did it. Too late, fam.
Right. Well,
So
and that's one of my biggest concerns with it is like we haven't done enough research or any research really to know for people who are getting hormones, children who are getting hormones or hormone blockers or transitioning, like how the lack of hormones or addition of hormones is impacting their physical, mental, emotional health 10, 12 years down the line. Because if your body is meant to have some hormones that you cut off, yeah, that impacts your development. Like there's no such thing as reversible hormones. All hormones have an impact on your body's functioning and developing, whether that's long term or short term. And that can be bone development, regulation of your fat, your muscles, your tissues, like various bodily functions. Like all those the things that we're doing have long term ramifications. And we have no research saying that these things are safe, but we're pushing them on children, not adults that are consenting and fully developed up here to some extent, children who are not fully developed. And we're hoping that it doesn't negatively impact them. Like for me, in my opinion, it's self mutilation, and that's a mental health concern. And it's not just for people who are transgender or transitioning, but across the board, whether you're getting your penis turned into a vagina or vice versa, or you're making your butt bigger or your waist smaller, all of it is self mutilation in my world. Um, it's crazy. Why are you making that face?
because you came at the BB, you came at the Brazilian butt lift chicks.
Uh, and I said what I said. It's all the same thing. You have a mental
Hey,
health
I
something.
agree. Listen, I agree with you on the self mutilation on all counts. On all counts, I agree. I agree. I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm just saying that's a
It goes back to what I love who you love, but for me, love yourself first. And
yeah.
I
Nah,
love myself
that's
enough to
very
not be
important.
chopping off body parts and adding on body parts and doing all body partsness and stuff. So it's just it's crazy. And like because when you think about it, if my child was like, I identify as a unicorn and I want to live in the barn and only be fed grass and hay, you
Social
know,
service should come and take your kid from you.
they sure enough would. But I'd be like,
Definitely.
but I'm worried about their mental health, so I'm gonna feed them grass and hay. Their health, we don't care about their health. We just want them to be happy. No, that would be child abuse. Like the end. Nobody
One
would be
day.
like, oh, but their mental health. Nope. They'd be like, oh, let's check out their mental health because they're over here eating grass and hay. But like we get all up in arms, like it's just crazy. It really is. And like some countries, I think Canada is one of them. They passed a law saying, if the parents intervene, and some states probably did too. Parents intervene with the child trying to transition, that they could take the children out of the parents' custody. And I'm just like, this is
What
a
do you mean?
child.
Like trying to transition into
Right.
becoming something else?
This child decides that they want to be changed, sexes. They want to have a sex change. And if their parents don't agree with them, the child can be taken out of their parents' custody.
I don't agree with any of that at all. Don't agree with any of that at all. And I just want to know who gave them the right to think they can do that. Now, if a child is being abused, yes. But a child, listen, this is again, that sense of over entitlement mentality and behavior. Because
Right.
how is it that I want to be a sex change person? Either you give this to me or I'm going to kill myself.
Right.
I am a grown man. I need $1 million. Give it to me. I'm going to kill myself. Well,
Right.
I just want to know what's the difference. Well, that's just monetary. No, pimp. What's the difference?
Right.
I want to be 6'2", maybe like 5'10", 6'2", whatever. I want to be 6'2", and if somebody doesn't help me become 6'2", I'm gonna kill myself.
Nobody cares. I mean, somebody probably cares, but
No one
not
cares.
enough to pass laws
No one
and
cares.
do
No
all the
one cares.
things that
No
we're
one cares. No one cares.
doing.
No
Yeah.
one
Okay.
cares.
You're
No
right.
one
Okay.
cares. So I'm just trying to understand. Again, this is all about people who got money and oversensitivity entitlement. That's all that is. That's 100% title like behavior because it's
Mm,
like we can go ahead and talk about the Dwayne Wade doing that crap, and I was just like, bruh, you got money for that. That's entitlement. You literally sat here and said your 13-year-old boy wants to be a girl. Let's make it happen.
but every time I hear that, it just brings me back to what does it mean to want to be a girl? Like,
And
what
I'm just like, no, but
what
then
does that
it's like,
mean?
okay, so they want to. This is what they want, right? So the 13-year-old boy wants to be a girl. Then now that 13-year-old girl wants to sleep with a grown man. Is you gonna stop them too, or you gonna feel like they need to wait until they get older? Ain't no
No.
difference. Ain't no difference.
And but for some people it is, and that's the slippery slope
No, they
that we're
and,
on right
and,
now.
and it shouldn't be a slippery slope. Because if you telling me right about now, a child says they're 8 years old and they feel like they want to become a different sex, but that same child is 8 years old saying she want to sleep with somebody that's 18. Bruh, that's a
Yeah.
problem, pimp. That's a problem. And let alone for somebody even wanting to even go into that category with that is just ridiculous. Yo, coaches are still marrying off people at a young ass age, which is still wrong. I
Yeah.
don't agree with it either. But like seriously, we're just being like every other country in the world, quote unquote, that they police. We're just doing it in a different form. Now we're going to take your kid away from you if you stop them from becoming a different sex. But in other countries, oh, you're not right. You're forcing your little girls to marry grown men in their 50s and 40s.
But in America, we protest against that stuff and talk about how inhumane it is and how it's child abuse. And
But once again,
but
entitlement.
we can cherry pick what we are
No, it's
entitled
just
to.
over a sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
Overly entitled. And once again, this is where that LGBTQ, all of them come in there to play.
Plus.
That's where it's like, oh, well, they should do. Bruh, come on, pimp. Stop it, bruh. Stop it, bruh. Nah. You ain't benefiting nobody but caught. And I'm all about being a disruptor. They are the catalyst of disruption. Cause that to me don't make no sense. How do you benefit anybody in this world, bro? That whole organization don't benefit nobody. It benefits a
Mhm.
lot of people of their overly sense of entitlement behavior and
It makes
mentality.
people feel connected, like there are other people who can identify with their feelings.
Join a
But what
therapy
does?
group. Join a therapy group. There's tons of groups out there. There's cosplay, there's DC Marvel groups, there's Powerpuff Girl groups. There's tons of groups there for all kinds of weird ass things. Join one of those groups and have that sense of connection. Don't become out here trying to make something into a political thing and it's really not. You just want to basically be okay to do things that you know you shouldn't be doing. Ain't nobody telling you that you can't love who you want to love. But then you
Right.
go into this question marks pause plus you. I'm just like, bro.
That goes back to the boxes. I got to have this box that I can be in with other people in this box, and we can all feel in this box together and connected and like I'm not alone.
Like they just rent like, and it was just like, all right, cool. When you look at it, and it's like they got a flag, and I'm like, what country is this flag from? That looks like gang colors to me, pimp. That's what I call it. That's what that is.
Goodness.
That's gang colors to me right
Oh
there.
gosh.
That's what that is. No, that's strictly what it is. There ain't no difference. You didn't establish a country, but you got a flag. You didn't establish no people that establish their own flag are the cults or gangs or groups.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we have reached our time
Yes, we
here
have.
with our technical difficulties.
Yes, we have. Yes, we
Um,
have.
I think we'll definitely have to do a part two to this.
For sure.
Um,
For sure.
but do you have any last minute thoughts or things that you want to share before we roll out?
Understanding that everybody is not entitled to whatever they need, or not in need. Not everybody's entitled to what you feel like, oh, you deserve. If you're not willing, like, you make a choice and you just basically deal with the consequences of those choices, bro.
Okay.
It's no difference from a criminal making a choice to rob, kill, or steal. Consequences of that. When you choose to be with another man, you forfeit your right to being a person that can give birth or to watch a child be born into this world. Same thing
Mm,
go for a woman. Ain't nobody saying you can't do it. But remember, that's the choice you make. You got to literally look back. Oh, I can do in vitro termination and do all of that. That's unnatural. And oh, but marriage couples, listen, that's a different beast, bro. Let's not put yourself in the same category with them because you're not. You're different and you know it, but you're trying to be the same thing that you're not the same of. So how is it that you want to be treated like everybody else, but then you want more favoritism than everybody else? That's not right. Consequences. Consequences. Deal with that. Be an adult about that. You make your decision. You made your bed. You lie in it. That's what we were all taught. That's what real decent people do. They made their choices and they accept the consequences of that choice. It's no different. If you unravel that and if you disrupt that sense of order, there's nothing else left but chaos in this world.
mm,
It's that without like I'm a disruptor by core, but I understand in my area of disruption, there's consequences for my disruption,
right.
and I have to live with those
Accept those
consequences
consequences.
and
Yeah,
bear those consequences because I choose to be a disruptor. There's nothing else I can do.
I hear that. For me, I feel like there's a divine order. It's not male or female, it's masculine and feminine energy. Love who you love, but love yourself first. Stop pushing gender roles and gender norms on children, trying to put everybody in these daggone boxes. Just be yourself. That's all that I have. Until next time.